Do you have a no excuse mindset? Are you tired of making all these plans to get things done, and before you know it, the day is done? And to your disappointment, again, nothing went as planned. Well, I have been there, and several times too, and I was just getting tired of it, and I wanted to start taking action. So what did I do? I started learning how to build a no excuse mindset. I must confess, I am still a work in progress, but I'm doing much better now, and it feels so good, and I decided not to keep it to myself. I am going to share with you what I have learned so far and what is working, and I'm inviting you to leave your comments below with other tips that you have been using and things that have been working for you. Alright, so today I will be talking about building a no excuse mindset and how to stay determined and focused. To put it plain and simple, take action. Today I will go through part 1 and I will cover 1, some of the things that often keeps us from getting things done. And secondly, I'll be going through 2 of 6 strategies you can use to stop procrastinating and get things done. So grab your pen and paper, grab a drink or whatever you like, and take some time just to listen while I pass on some critical information that will help you take action. If you should do a taking action self-assessment, you know there's such a thing like that, right? Well, of course, there's an assessment for everything these days. So if you should do a taking action self-assessment, what do you think your score would be? Would you score high or would you score low? I actually did a taking action self-assessment. It was quite interesting. You should do one. Would you like to do one? Well, let me know. Send me a message. I will leave my contact information for you below, and then if you request it, I can send you the assessment and you can check what your score is. And then don't forget to send me back a comment and let me know what it was. All right? But I want to ask you a question. How often do you wake up ready to just get things done and you say to yourself, I'm going to do things once and for all, but then the end of the day comes and you never get it done? Perhaps it was a phone call from a friend, or you felt weary, tired, probably got a disappointing news that just sucked all the energy out of you. It could be social media or a television series, or you just decided to go outside instead than taking the action you had planned on. For some, it could be an opportunity that came up to do something that you've always wanted to do, and you just say, after all, you only have one life. While it's perfectly fine to take a break from time to time, it shouldn't become a habit. Procrastination, analysis paralysis, and perfectionism are your worst enemies, not to mention stress, which can discourage even the most motivated person. One thing is for sure, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and it's up to you how you use those 24 hours. So what is it that's keeping you from getting things done? Let me talk about some of the things that often keeps us from getting things done. And according to various reports online, a staggering 26% of people are chronic procrastinators. And you know what they also said? Up to 95% of students have this tendency as well. And what's really interesting is that procrastination rates have more than quadrupled in the last 3 decades. What would you say to that? Listen to this. The tendency to postpone things affects not only your job or your career, but also your relationships and your big dreams for the future. And over 40% of those facing this problem have experienced financial loss because of it. Procrastination can ruin careers and relationships and even wreak havoc on your health. Different people procrastinate for different reasons. And of course, some blame stress and fatigue. Others are feeling overwhelmed by work or waste precious time on meaningless things that drain their energy. Another common cause is analysis paralysis. You've heard about that before, right? And this happens when you become so lost in the process of analyzing things that you eventually give up. I call it the state of overthinking a situation, which keep you from getting anything done. All right, let's say you're planning to start a new business. You make a plan, you assess your budget, and you research the market. However, you're never satisfied with the results. You either find flaws in the project or you believe that you could do things a lot better. And then as a result, you make no decision. You keep postponing your project over and over instead of taking action. The truth is that most people are afraid of making a wrong decision. Some take this fear to a whole new level. Surprisingly, this often applies to the brightest professionals. Intelligent people are particularly prone to analysis paralysis due to their tendency to overthink. Perfectionism and analysis paralysis are strongly connected, all right? And since there's no such thing as perfection, you will never be satisfied with the result. The fear of failure can hold you back, and it can stop you from launching a business. It can stop you from going back to college, stopping a bad habit, or making your dreams come true. One last reason why we procrastinate is plain laziness. Yes, sometimes you simply don't feel like working, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure it doesn't become part of your daily routine. Taking a day or two off is good for both your mind and body. It boosts your productivity and motivation. It sparks your creativity, and of course, it gives your brain a well-deserved break. Ideas pop up when you least expect it, and the highest flow of productivity, it comes when you're 100% focused on the task. And you might not find your why right now, but this doesn't mean it's not there. So you need to find your inner drive, take action, and plan your time wisely. If you're new to this channel, my name is Genese Smith, and I'm a Christian as well as a registered nurse and a transformational life coach. And I am committed to fulfilling my purpose, to encourage and bring hope to you by sharing some of my own life experiences, as well as what I am learning now, how we can live joyful lives in spite of obstacles we face day after day, and how our lives can be empowered with the Word of God. So don't be surprised if I share applicable Bible verses during my videos. Okay? So, are you ready to stop procrastinating and get things done? So I would like to encourage you to use these strategies because they work. Well, they will work if you work them. So number 1, prioritize the most important task. Why? Because most researchers agree that our willpower is limited. Think of it as a phone battery. As the day goes by, your willpower decreases. It's strongest when you wake up in the morning, and it gets weaker every hour. Every decision and task drain your battery. I am talking about research, not me. And that's why experts recommend starting the day with your most important task. So, do you have a big project that you need to be ready by 7 p.m.? Wake up 1 hour earlier than usual to get things done. This way you won't be facing tight deadlines or feeling stressed about the whole thing. The most successful entrepreneurs are notorious for being early birds. Jack Dorsey, original CEO of Twitter, he was known to wake up at 5 a.m. And Tim Cook, Apple CEO, rises at 3:45 a.m. These people wake up early in the morning for a reason, and that's why they have the most willpower and are less likely to get distracted. Plus, it allows them to exercise, meditate, and plan the day ahead without feeling rushed. Your second strategy is to take a break from social media. Time flies when you're browsing your social news feed or watching the latest YouTube videos, right? In 2023, the average person spent, listen, 143 minutes per day on social networks. Those who have an office job spend even more time online. Perhaps social networking is part of your job. SEO, digital marketing, advertising, and other occupations rely heavily on social media. However, it's one thing to use these platforms for business and another thing to waste hours checking up on what your friends and what they're doing. Set a time limit for your daily social media usage. Nowadays, there are all sorts of apps that block distractions, such as focus, cold turkey, antisocial, and self-control. And of course, some will even count your active minutes so you know exactly for how long you've been working. For those of you who are always conscious of how you're using your time, do you set a time limit on your daily social media usage? And if so, can you just share with us in the comments below about some of the things you have in place just to make sure that you are intentionally setting a time limit for your daily social media usage? And remember, hit that like button if you're finding value so far, and subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so that you can know when the next video comes up with the remaining strategies. All right, so next time I will start from strategy number 3, which is you could change your environment. And we're not just talking about your physical environment. So join me next time to find out more. Thank you so much for joining.